All right, Todd Massey. Usually only do the top 3, but driving one of Rodney Cook's car. You ain't drove, what, 2006 last time you was in a late model?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. 4-time champion here, and man, I was good. You drove the hell out of that car tonight.
It was fun.
Tell me about it.
Myself. I really enjoyed myself. I knew I could drive the car, and I knew Rodney with him was gonna have a good piece. You know, he always has good equipment, and you know, I wasn't worried about that at all. And you know, my biggest worry was just making it to the end on stamina.
But tell me about you and Scotty Warren there, man. I mean, you got up on the wheel and you didn't rough nobody up. It was just like you was having fun out there.
Well, I mean, my car was right much better than Scotty's was after we ran some laps. You know, he got by me early in the race, and I was just trying to set me a kind of a steady pace to try to make it to the end and save my tires and save brakes and stuff. And you know, everybody kind of got away from me, and then the longer we ran, I was still kind of running my same pace, and they were starting to come to me. And I caught Scotty, and I was right much better than he was. But you know, it's just he was. I was getting in the corner way better than he was, and I was just having to stop in the center to keep from running over him and running into him. And I just got down in there a little hot one time and got into him a little bit, and he wound up. I turned him around, but I mean, I wasn't trying to spin him out. But I mean, you know, when you're on the brakes, pretty much sliding yourself, it ain't a whole lot you can do at that point.
Yeah.
And then one time on the back straightaway over, I don't even know what was going on. I was in the middle of
3 wide or something.
I don't know. I was pointing toward the inside wall one time and the outside wall one time, and I didn't know what was going on. But it was fun. Man, I enjoyed myself. I really enjoyed myself. I hope we get to do it again.
That's what I was going to say. You done caught the itch again now, ain't you?
Well, something happened to the motor there at the end. I don't know what happened to it on that last restart. You know, it went flat in 3rd gear on the restart, and then I come up back straight away in high gear, and it went flat again. So I just shut it down and come on in the pits. I don't want to turn it up no worse than what it was. But yeah, I don't know what we're going to do. We have to talk to Rodney. I guess he's over in the teardown pit, peeing over there. I didn't quite make it that far, but we had a good race. I mean, it was a great race. I enjoyed myself, and Rodney gave me a good car. You know, we come over here and tested a little bit last night. We made one little adjustment on it, and we ain't touched it since we came here today. And I had a ball. You know, it's hard kind of doing that too, because you up in there with like Speedy, who's points racing, you know, and Speedy and I are real good friends. I mean, just, you know, really good friends. And you know, I got into Speedy over there one time, and I wasn't trying to get into Speedy, but at that point I was way better than he was, like I was way better than Scotty. But that's racing.
Barry Begley here, come on 3rd. Man, coming to green white checker there, you thought about 3 wide there going into turn 1, thought better of it. That's a heck of a race, though.
Yeah, I think we had about a 2nd place car, and you know, Rumley, he was pretty good tonight, but I just couldn't get going up on.
Man, I know you hated restarts.
I know.
Thank you for trying to clean up.
Yes, sir, you bet. You know, it kept coming out with cone deals, and you know, we had to make decisions, go inside, outside, but you know, we had to go outside the last restart there. Either I was going to be 3rd probably, or about 6th, so I tried to hang in there for 3rd. Well, it was good on the long runs, but short runs, Rodney was a little bit better.
Yeah. You was down a little bit on motor, wasn't you?
Yeah, the motors, you know, it's an older motor. You know, I messed up a good motor a couple weeks ago, and you know, we just put this in till we get something back in there. But it wasn't bad, but it's not what we needed, but it done a job tonight.
Rodney Cook finished 2nd. You hadn't been controversial in a while, but you've been kind of shy, man. You got up on the wheel tonight, and I mean, we always shoot so straight. This wasn't a winning car, but at the end, you got up on the wheel and did what you had to do.
Yeah, you know, Dustin had a dominant car. You know, Barry had a real good car, just couldn't get ready to take off. But I mean, you don't know how hard it is to see them boys walk away, and I'm like, man, just struggling, you know. But caution come out, you know, and just like you get a 2nd win, you know, there to where just, hey, man, let's get up on it and give it all I got. I cranked the knob. Hey, but good job, boy. You good heck of a driver, man. Hey, I cranked all the front brake I had, you know, just but the rears were glowing. I got some caliper issues, you know, but man, when you go off in the corner hard as you do, you know, I'm fighting it, trying to roll it down to keep the back end up under me, you know. So I mean, a lot of you couldn't really see that, but I was just trying to keep the car pointed straight. When that thing's breaking loose and you're trying to fight it up off, it's just like, man, hang on. But Man, at the end, 3 laps to go, I was like, all right, let it all hang out, whatever happens, happen, you know. And that crossover, I'm like, come on, man, got him there, you know. But just like that was the problem. You dove it in hard like I did, it just couldn't get forward by the ball.
It looked slicker than I've ever seen it out here tonight.
Rear brakes, well, they was telling me the rear calipers were glowing, so I was fighting it. But
man, the race was bored actually.
Well, everybody's saving it, yeah, man. It was. I had my hands full. I just tell them the rear caliper locking up, getting in. That's why I was going in straight. I know you hated it, but you know, once you got to run, you know, you go on. But
yeah, well, I knew you was pretty good on cool. You know, tires cool down a little bit.
I loaded up early. I know you didn't. Like when you hit me down there, I was like going to try to get a good run off, but the rear's locking up. I had to do it, but that's just one of them things, man. I hate it for you. Hey, that's hard racing.
Well, I was hoping I was going to knock you about one.
Well, you knocked me up, and I'm like, if I could have got it to turn, but it's like when it shoved it, it's like, oh man, it didn't turn it. It shifted the weight on it, so I didn't really get a good run off. And I'm like, man, but you know how you do. I mean, I appreciate it, Barry. I know you hated that, man. And
hey, that's racing.
I appreciate it. Hey, I did do.
Dustin Rumley, man. Everybody's sliding all over the track out here tonight. This thing was it's one of the best driving cars you've had in a while, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I worked hard to get it back like that, man. Golly, I can't even tell you. It ain't even. It's hard work, man. You know, it's hot and greasy, man. This car works. I don't know if it's me or the car or both. I don't know. I think it's 2 tires. Everybody slips and slides, man. I just love it. You know what I mean? I got the car good. Got Greg here. He got to see us win. I was real happy about that. Got Billy Banks, the engine man. They all got to see all their stuff look good. You know, I was really happy with that. Just got to thank my crew. You know, they worked real hard to get this car like this, and just can't thank them enough. And all my sponsors and everybody just worked hard. If it wasn't them backing me, you know, I'd be in the stands like a lot of people dreaming, so I can't thank them enough.
Yeah, you was hating seeing them last few cautions there because you had a dominant car.
Oh man, they looked at one time that the lap cars were still in between us. I mean, with 25 to go, it's a long, big lead, and I was just saving because it's Ace Speedway. You never know when it's going to be cost around this place, so you can't run. You got to run hard, but you got to try to save your tires too. It's a fine line there. It's hard to do.